We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at The Beast of Bower Boulevard, Issue 1. It's a 2023 miniseries from American Mythology Productions, written by Gio Parsons, art by Carlos Rod, colors by Carlos Lopez, letters by Federico Grilletti. I have cover A by Luis Calzada and Emmanuel Ordaz. I like the cover, it's really cool. Doesn't really tell you a lot about what's going on in the book, but cool cover. Got me to buy the book. Now something is going on in a small alpine town, and there is a blizzard coming, so we have this police officer with his girlfriend and her kid going up to make sure everything's okay because nobody's heard from anybody in the resort. They come across a car that's been absolutely demolished, but why radio it in when you could just go up and check out the resort? So they go up to Alpine Valley, which is, according to the sign, America's favorite ski and snowboarding town, 1 mile ahead on the left on Bower Boulevard. And it turns out there's a lot of dead people in this town, and something sinister is afoot. We don't really see the monster for most of the issue, but it runs around blowing stuff up and causing all kinds of fires. And then we get the big reveal at the end of the issue. It does look different than what you see on the cover, but not that different. So I thought this was actually a pretty fun book. It's only part of a story. It looks like it's probably going to be a 3-part miniseries, but I had a lot of fun reading it. It had that feeling of a low-budget horror film that I would absolutely own on Blu-ray, and I would actually like to see this as a movie because I think it has potential. So I am going to pick up issue 2. The art in here is overall pretty good. Some of the coloring choices I thought were a bit odd, but overall it works pretty well. It's got some really cool sequences and a lot of people getting killed throughout the book, so if you're looking for kind of a slasher story, this might be for you. So like I said, the cover's awesome, the interior art's okay, the people look pretty solid, the gore scenes look okay, the explosions look cool. The coloring is a bit weird, but I'm willing to give it a pass because I had a lot of fun reading it. Is it worth the cover price of $5? Probably not, but it's a pretty enjoyable read, so give it a chance and see what you think. That's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.
We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Beast of Bower Boulevard Issue 2. This is a mini-series from American Mythology, written by Gio Parsons, art by Carlos Rod, colors by Carlos Lopez, letters by Federico Grilletti. I have cover A by Luis Calzada and Emmanuel Ordaz. Cover's awesome, I like that. It definitely would have got me to buy the book if I wasn't going to already. So the creature is on the loose. We get some really good looks at it this time. Unfortunately, the family gets separated and we learn where the thing came from. According to the comic, it's an automated mechanized assault tank designed to mimic a dinosaur, and it was created by the government as a weapon at a place called Kettletown. Well, that's a secret facility by the army, and for some reason, whether through accident or somebody's manipulation, the creature has come alive. So the townspeople that are still alive and the visitors end up getting split up, and several people get killed in the process. So while Luca whines about her mom for a long time and says how her mom can't be reformed and she's a bad person, her and her potential stepdad are making their way toward a resort, and they end up at a skylift that gets attacked by the dino while everybody else is at the military base finding all the corpses and trying to get some secret weapon technology. Well, things aren't looking real good for our heroes here, and we're left with a cliffhanger ending that is probably going to be pretty messy. Overall, I really like the story. I think it's a lot of fun. It definitely could be a low-budget sci-fi film, and it would be absolutely worth a watch. There is even a reference to Willy's Wonderland, and that was pretty fun. It's very action-packed, very fast-paced. My only real complaint would be the coloring's a little off, so it doesn't seem to have a real rhyme to it. It just seems to be a little bit rushed at times, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in a lot of panels. Other times it's fine, but everybody looks like they're wearing lipstick or have really beat-up faces. But overall, the art's okay. I just think the coloring's off. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's definitely distracting distracting in its over-exuberance and unnecessary color tones. Some of this should have been shading and they had reds instead of black, so I don't understand what that's about. But overall, I thought it was a fun book, and I'm looking forward to reading the third issue. So I will recommend it. $5 is a bit high, so I wouldn't recommend that price point, but it was definitely worth a read. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.
We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Beast of Bower Boulevard, Issue 3. This is the final issue of the miniseries written by Gio Parsons, art by Carlos Rod, colors by Carlos Lopez, letters by Fabricio Grillet. I have cover A by Pus Calzada and Emmanuel Ordaz. I like the cover, it's pretty awesome. Probably the best art here too, but the monster looks really awesome and you get a sense of peril, so there's some adventure to it. Now things are going horribly wrong in the town, and thankfully the surviving townsfolk and our heroes and the visitors have armed themselves pretty well. Dietrich's foot is still screwed up, so he's not going to be a whole lot of help, but the others are able to create a distraction so that he and his girlfriend's daughter can try and make their escape. Unfortunately, some people do not make it. There is quite a lot of carnage in this one, but the big fear is still the Davy Crockett nuke, and they have to stop the Robo Dino before that, and they do pick up some weapons that were dropped by victims of the creature, but it's largely a fight issue with the wrap-up being very similar to what you would expect. Overall, I thought this was a lot of fun. It definitely has the makings of a good low-budget action film. I mean, a robot dinosaur with a nuclear weapon, you really can't go wrong there. Plus it has missiles and all sorts of cool gadgets, so I thought it was pretty fun. The art's okay. I didn't have a problem with the art overall. I thought it was actually pretty good, but the coloring, as I said previously, really hurts the art. They're trying too much to use the coloring as shading, and it doesn't really work. It just looks a little messy. I get what they were going for, but in this case, it just really didn't work out. It's a little too jarring at times. Maybe if it had been a more subdued color palette, it would have worked, but it really just kind of fell flat when inking would have worked better. But I didn't hate the story or anything. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to recommend it. It's a little overpriced at $5, but any comic book that you buy off the newsstand for $5 is probably overpriced. I would recommend checking it out if you can find it a little cheaper than that. It's definitely worth a read if you like giant monster films, or you like the movies on the Sci-Fi Channel. It definitely has that feel to it and would make a really, really good low-budget action film. So a nice campy ride that's mostly action and adventure, and definitely worth the read if you like that sort of thing. So I enjoyed it quite a bit, which is why I'm recommending it, obviously. But I thought it was good fun. There is some swearing, so it is a bit adult, and it is pretty graphic with the gore, and largely that's going to be a selling point for anybody that likes this sort of cheese entertainment. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.